I do it for the most high. 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 All praises to the most high. Connected to the most high. Parallel to the most high. I do it for 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 the
business. Where we get all up in your business.
Shout out to Rabiel, you guys. Hit him up on SoundCloud. Listen to his music. Check him out.
Check him out because he is the man with the plan, at least for the musical talent.
Yes.
And we are about to get up in our own business this week again.
We are.
Yes, a continuation of last week because we have so many things that we are involved in, and y'all need to know the get down with the get down.
So true. But before we get in there, make sure you guys are following us. So
yeah, we need you to follow us.
Hit us up on Twitter at Ahava Edu and Noni Kai, on YouTube at Ahava Kai. And if you're on YouTube right now, go ahead and chat with us.
Yes, we've been looking forward to hearing your chitty chats.
And then follow us on Twitter at Ahava Edu.
Yeah.
Send us an email at ahayaconsultant@gmail.com and let us know if you want to be on the show.
Because we need to know if you want to be on the show.
Yes, and we're actually taking people for season 2.
Season 2.
Season 1 is actually going to end next week. We're taking a month off, and then we are going to be checking our emails for people that want to be on our show for next season.
Yes, y'all. And many things are going to be changing, but many things are going to be staying the same. It's going to be so much fun. We've had just an amazing time with you guys. We appreciate you coming back each week to support us and to listen to all the things we got to say to y'all.
We do. It's going to be so good, you guys. Season 2 is going to be so much new stuff coming out.
Yes.
New businesses popping. Yeah, new place, new space.
Yes. And if you still want to check us out for this last season, you can go to sourceradio.com. Hit us up on Amazon Alexa, the podcast, Buzzsprout, Spreaker, Deezer, iTunes, iHeart, and Spotify, darling. We are everywhere you want to be.
Yeah, you guys. So go ahead and just hit us up. And shout out to our sponsors. Some of them we're actually going to talk about today. But we have Ahava Consultant, Kai Management, Earth Baby, Ahava Financial Education, Ahava Living, and Ahava Healing.
Yes, we're going to talk about Ahava Living today, y'all.
We're going to talk about Ahava Living, Ahava Living Resort, and Ahava Living Foundation. The trio.
The trio. Lots of good stuff going on. And there's also, if you guys want to get us for our management services, you can do that for sure. And the easiest way to do that is go to shopblackenterprise.com. Click on the business planning tab. And if you're looking for any kind of financial assistance, please click on the Higher Financial Education and talk to my dear sister here.
Yes, and if you need help with even some management, you can go to Kai Management and hit up Noni for any branding websites. And she's so good at all the things. She's so creative. And if you want both of us, go to Ahava Consultant and get us a duo. Package deal. Definitely become a merchant so that way you get a discount.
Yeah.
And let's go ahead and just talk about our show.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So we have been just doing lots of homework and research and building up of this amazing new business that I am going to let my sister girl talk about called Ahava Living.
Yes.
And we know that you've heard us talk about this before, very briefly. But we are going to get into the nitty grits today as much as we possibly can. So I'm going to let Miss Ahava explain to us, first of all, what is Ahava Living?
So Ahava Living, it's a short-term rental. Basically, we convert long-term rentals into short-term rentals, and we put them on Airbnb or other platforms that are similar to Airbnb. And we do it a different way. So we don't actually own the homes. You can.
So, okay, wait. Yeah. If I'm because I already got the questions.
Okay.
You're taking long-term rentals.
Yes.
So that means anyone who is renting out something or leasing something for like a year, 2 years, etc., turning them into weeks, days, months.
Right. Basically a hotel, but at a house.
Hotel at a house. Okay.
A hotel at a house. And
Mm-hmm.
and so the best way to do it, well, not the best way, a lot of people just don't have money to just be buying homes and stuff,
Right.
And they still want to be able to make some type of residual income.
Okay.
And so
there.
A way you could do that is that you can, have an agreement with the landlord, and you can ask them to turn their property to a short-term rental.
And and people do that.
People do it. You have to just find the right one. There's strategies, obviously, that you need to know. Mm-hmm. I'm creating a course for it. We'll talk about it a little later. That I can tell you my tips that has helped me. Mm-hmm. But people do this all the time, and it's a good benefit for the landlord because I don't know about you. I know my parents own properties and they're landlords, and almost every time somebody leaves, they either get evicted or they destroy the property and they have to completely redo everything.
So in hindsight, it would actually be more beneficial for a landlord to have a short-term rental, or at least have someone managing it for them. And that's who you are.
And that's who I am.
And that's what Ahava Living does.
That's what we do.
Are we getting into the fields? Are we understanding all of this greatness? And then you get paid through all of this wonderful...
You do. You can pay the landlord the rent, and you still make enough to be able to pay yourself as well. And it's unlimited. It's an open market space, and I teach people how to do it. And you can get either one home or you can have 50 homes. It's totally up to you.
See, that right there makes it sound extremely tangible, something that I would love to be a part of, because anytime you can make residual income, which for the people who don't know what that means, it just means you're getting paid while you're doing nothing. It's just money that's coming in that you don't have to think about. And sometimes people can benefit that if they have like a book or something that just online, people are just buying a book. Once its product is out there, it's out there.
Residual income is great.
And that's a pretty large sum of money you can cash into if you're doing property, because it's almost like it's not property management, but way better than, because it seems like you would have more control over what's happening inside the home.
Well, you do.
And how it's operating.
Yeah, I mean, you're definitely managing the property, but you don't necessarily have to be there all the time, So that's the thing. It's automatic. Everything it's just ran automatically. You don't have to. You have a personal. Sometimes, I have an assistant that be able to manage the properties even for me to go through the messages and be able to respond to the guests and stuff like that. And so you don't really have. It's very easy. It's just the initial work. Once you do that, then everything else is just easy breezy. You're just getting paid. You have
a way to show people how to do this, which is we're looking at Ahaya's Way, which is the rental arbitrage franchise, y'all.
Yes.
It says your path to a brighter future. Explain to the people what Ahaya's Way is and how that works in tandem with Ahava Living.
Yeah, so I created a course. Before I talk about the course, let me talk about the resorts real quick and just real brief, so that way you understand the course that I'm creating as well. So the slide before, it had Ahava Living, but then it also had Ahava Living Resort. And so I also decided to have my brand as Ahava Living and go ahead and convert long-term rentals to short-term rentals. But then I'm also creating a resort for glamping.
Girl, you already have me a resort.
It's something that's dear to my heart. It's something very special that it just reminds me of my dad that passed away, and it's a bond that we have. It's something I used to do all the time growing up. But this is luxury. And so this is not for everybody. This is an upscale resort, and it's also going to be converted to a short-term rental. It's going to be on Airbnb as well. And now we can talk about the course, because I'm going to franchise my company.
Wow.
And so I created a course to teach people how to how to approach landlords, like exactly what to do, step from A to Z. And so they get the whole everything of exactly how I do it. I made the videos myself. Noni helped me with some of the scripts. And so it's very good. We're actually going to show you an example of the very first video. But you have two options. You can just learn how to convert long-term rentals into short-term rentals and have your own company and do it that way. Or you can become a franchisee. And so you take the same course, but now you can franchise the company. You can use my brand. You can to use our marketing, but you can also become a shareholder of the resort.
Listen, that resort, who doesn't want to own their own resort? That's what I'm talking about. Like, yeah, come on down to the resort that is mine. And you can, so people can cash in on this as well.
Yes. And it's
without having to do any of the legwork.
I'm doing it for you right now. And it's beautiful, you guys. Soon on season 2, we'll be able to show you maybe what the resort is going to be looking like. But just think of something upscale. Think of domes, and think of yurts. Think of private chefs. Think of food forests. Just farm to table, and still be able to enjoy nature.
Beautiful artwork, all the things.
It's going to be an absolutely amazing, nothing that you have ever seen. There's a lot of different glamping that they have going around right now. That's just, it's not upscale at all. I'm going to show you what true upscale luxury truly looks like. And it's going to be fabulous. And so
that's the kind of camping that I want to be doing.
In the AC, y'all.
In the AC.
All year round.
All year round. In a beautiful geometric dome where I can see the stars at night and not have to worry about bugs crawling on my legs, child. Because, you know, camping is fun. It sounds cute. But glamping is definitely more my speed.
It's so funny. When I was younger, all the grandchildren, we would have to be in tents, but my grandparents was actually the one in the RV.
See what I'm saying? They knew what they were talking about. They knew it. They were RV glamping.
They were RV glamping at the time. This is going to be taken to a whole nother level. So I want to show you guys just a little bit of the course. I'm going to show you the intro to Airbnb. And so I hope you guys like it and check it out. Welcome to Ahava Living. Welcome, everyone. So I'd like to begin with a quick introduction into Airbnb, what it is and why this is such a lucrative and financially beneficial opportunity for you. I want to address those of you who have never experienced Airbnb, and for those who have stayed in one or currently even hosting one. There will be some information you already have and more you have not yet even heard of. With that being said, I'm going to start with the very, very beginning. The Airbnb platform provides people to list private properties like houses, condos, townhouses, cabins, flats, glamping, all the things you can think of to host paying guests just like hotels do. These guests can stay for one night or longer, ranging from $20 a stay in an air bed or $30,000 a night to stay in a castle in Europe. Believe it or not, there's actually 3,000 castles currently listed on Airbnb right now. There's also houseboats, tree houses, even windmills. It's by far the largest platform of its kind in the world. It's available in 109 countries around the world in virtually every town, city, and state. Interestingly enough, only 1/4 of all Airbnb listings are in the US. This provides Airbnb a global opportunity. The best part about it is you can use it from your computer or your phone. You never even have to leave your home, and it's totally free to join. Let's discuss a few listing options that can help you get started. 1, you can become a host and you can list a property of your own. 2, you can list somebody else's property and they can give you permission to list it. Or 3, you can become a co-host, which allows you and the owner to share the profits. Once you find your property, you can begin preparing your listing. Now let's talk about customer service and Airbnb protection services. Airbnb provides their own method of verifying your guests and making sure you can trust you are renting to the right person and that you know that they say who they are. They use a message system that allows you to communicate with the guests. Guests have to provide their photo, a phone number, and an email. Additionally, you can also require them to give their government ID, like a license or a passport. You can have those IDs verified and have reviews before they book your listing. Airbnb is all about protecting their hosts. They offer 2 different forms of protection. The first one is what they call a $1 million host guarantee. What it does is provides against liability claims up to $1 million on an Airbnb property listing during their stay. This is extremely rare. Of the 40 million visits last year on Airbnb, damages over $1,000 amounted only to 0.002%. That is amazing protection. Airbnb also provides $1 million host protections insurance. This insurance helps against liability claims up to $1 million on Airbnb property listing during the stay. It's also important to know that you are in control. You get to set the rules and choose your availability. Another great benefit is 97% of the sale is yours. Airbnb charges only 3% from hosts, and you get paid daily, 24 hours after everyone checks in. The very next day, your money can be directly deposited into your bank account. So here's a fun fact. Airbnb site is adding 1.5 million unique visitors per week. Let me just say that one more time. 1.5 million visitors per week is being added to the site, which means 30 people have joined just since I started speaking this sentence. What's even more interesting is that the company is still largely unknown. There has been public research firms that have reported that fewer than half of all people surveyed have even heard of Airbnb. Than 10% have ever used it, and the percentage of those who are actually hosting was even less. Here's a quote by one of those research firms. We expected Airbnb to become many times larger than it is today and to become one of the largest 2 or 3 players in the global lodging industry. This places you in an extremely fortunate position. Less than 1% of the current hosts have the information you're about to learn in this course. This is still a very largely kept method to build a profitable part-time or even full-time business. So get excited because this is an incredible opportunity. In the next lesson, you're going to take your very first step in getting started as I walk you through the simple step-by-step process of setting up your Airbnb profile. So let's get to it.
Oh my gosh.
So that's going to be the intro, you guys. This just gives you just a little breakdown of what you're going to learn in the course, just a stepping stone. But you're going to learn so much. We have 10 modules. If you're a franchisee, there's going to be probably about 13. We're still getting all together. And it's going to be great.
Yeah, and it actually will be available
sometime in August. Sometime in August, we're actually going to go ahead and let people to start purchasing the course. And we'll start promoting it. Once we come back on season 2, we'll go ahead and start. Maybe go ahead and have a list together and allow you guys to be on a waiting list because we're only going to accept a certain amount of people at first because we do have a lot of things going on with the course, like a mentor and live meetings and trainings, and we're building a community. And so we need to make sure we have enough people for everybody. So there's going to be a limited amount of time or a limited amount of people at the beginning, and while we expand, then we'll let more people come in. But it's going to be fantastic.
It's going to be absolutely amazing. And I know we actually just went through most of it, but is there a way, I think that there's a way that people can actually reach out to get a possible start date if they're emailing us at ahayakconsulting@gmail.com. If you have any further questions, you can always tap in. We will answer all of your questions, or you can go upon the replay.
Yes, on the replay. Send us an email so you want to be on the list for now, if you do want to be on the list. And when the website is completely launched, it will be ahayasway.com. And then you can be on the waiting list, and then you'll be able to go ahead
and continue to check our IG channel because that's where we will have most of our information, keeping you updated about what's to come, how to sign up, our official start date, and all of those good things. You can find that at Ahaya Kai on Instagram, or you can find it at Noni Kai, NONIKAI.
Yeah,
I'm so excited for this course, y'all. It's going to be super duper amazing. That was an amazing video. So many more to come.
And we're still getting the kinks together.
Yes.
I even seen a little bit of errors in that video too. So we're still, we're working it out, and so it'll be completely error free about time it gets out to the public. You guys, we are doing this all by ourselves, and it takes some time to edit, do the video, do your voice, all the things, and so
such a lovely voice.
And so bear with us, but it is coming out real soon. I'm really excited though. I'm very, very excited, especially for the franchisees, you guys. I have so much great things coming for you guys. It's gonna be a good treat.
You guys get your own website.
Yes.
Like, you don't have to do nothing. You can't do nothing but get the dough rolling in. It's just all the residuals. That's it. Manage the property and be happy. But we actually do have another amazing attachment to this portion, to another portion.
We do.
Called a Higher Living Foundation. Now, this is super exciting for me, just because I love what it's about. It's for Sustainable Living Learning Center, y'all. Ugh. And it's really dedicated, or I should say focused on the children.
It is.
And I would love for you to expound on that, a High Living Foundation.
Well, our children are both homeschooled.
Yeah.
It's very important that like we build our own course for them. And one of the things is how to grow their food.
Right.
I think if they didn't learn anything and they learned this, you know,
we did something right.
We did something right. And so I'm really excited because it ties it all in with the getting back to nature and connecting with the plants and glamping and everything like that, you know. But growing your food, you know, we're still looking for more people to partner with us for the foundation, and we are accepting donations and stuff right now. But we're going to have a course built together showing children how to grow their own food, and we'll have different courses for different levels of your children where they're at. But it's going to be exciting. They're going to have kits that will be mailed out to them as well. Learning how to, like a little greenhouse, you know, maybe a little hydroponics, some seeds, some just a project that they'll be able to grow with them throughout the year for that part of the course. And actually start to grow their own food.
Yes, and what it looks like. I mean, it's really interesting to see how children are so involved when they know where their food is coming from, like especially their vegetables. They're more prone to eating them because they're like, look, it's ready to eat. Just like, yes, it is. Take that tomato right off the tray, please. Because if I'm like, hey, anybody want some tomatoes? You're like, no. Actually, I don't.
And this will be a year-around course because, you know, that's all the plants are all seasonal. So they'll be able to grow all different things throughout the year, depending on where you're at and your zoning as well. You'll be able to do all kinds of things, have your own garden, and not just the children, you guys. It's going to help the parents eat better, too, because they'll just follow right along.
Right along. You have no choice. But it's good because it's just another way of teaching children where they come from, what they're doing. And when you start them off younger, it just becomes habitual, and then they become healthy adults, which we all want, you know, and we're doing this to really get back into nature and be more tactile with it. Like how can I actually help my environment? You know, and having less excess waste and just eating really good food. And we have really good food in your body, then you have really happy children. And then you have happy adults and everybody's happy.
And we're going to have a nutrition is going to be attached to this as well. That's something that Noni is going to be able to be more involved with, showing the children how what is nutrition, you know, and breaking that down so to pair up with their foods. And so if you are a grower out there, or I know a lot of people might already be sustainable and maybe you have some knowledge, then reach out to us.
Yes, please. We would love to hear from you because we would like to add you to the curriculum. This is really a global effort, but we got to start in our own home, then expand to our community, then expand it out, you know, to your communities so that we can just continue to grow because we all need this. This is not really just for us, but there are so many people that we've just even within our community who are doing these types of things, and they love the knowledge and the help. But there's also an artist aspect to it as well.
There is an artist aspect, and I'm really excited about it because we were trying to think of how can we tie in art with the foundation, with the, you know, sustainable living and everything. But we are going to get artists and get some of their art, and we're going to auction it off. And use the money, the profit that we make from these artists and take it back to the children.
That's right.
And so that's going to be wonderful.
I'm so excited because, you know, we're both artists. We love doing things artistic. And it also gets the children involved in another type of way to express themselves. They can see art coming in. They can do the art at home. It's just homeschooling it doesn't have to be so structured in a cookie cutter way. A lot of children are more visual, some are more tactile, which is why we have, different variables in this foundation.
Yeah.
And we are always looking for ways to express and expound upon what we currently are doing, because that's what life is all about, and our children are just sponges. So the more that we can get them involved in being creative and using their brain outside of a TV screen, I feel like the better society will be.
I'm just all about the hands-on learning, because there's in homeschooling, a lot of people I think are going towards more computer nowadays.
Yes.
Let me just go ahead and download, or they download these little classes and then they go on the courses online,
which is fine.
Which is totally fine. Yeah. Like I was doing that for my son a little bit, but his attention span with these children.
Yeah, we've got babies.
We have 4-year-olds.
Yeah.
And they'll do it for just a little bit, but like a good 45 minutes, it's not happening.
Yeah.
And so we're doing a little mixture. We'll have a little bit maybe that you can do online, but a lot of it will be hands-on.
Yes.
That you can just print off. Really, the parents will be able to just print it off and then teach them how to do it, hands-on, which I think is just going to be so much better. Even the nutrition, you're going to be able to make the food, learn about the food while you're making the food with your parents.
That's right.
I mean, that's going to be awesome.
That's how we're going to learn our math. We're going to be, getting our chef hats on and learn about measurements, and there you go.
Everything. You have a cooking list, a grocery list that you need for the week.
Yeah.
For that particular class, and then you just go ahead and make it. It's just awesome.
Yeah, and they grow with you, so
they do.
It's going to be really fun. I'm super, super excited about that. And if you have any questions again about going forward with the High Living Foundation, how you can be a part of it, just hit us up on the email at Ahaya K, the letter K, consulting@gmail.com. And we would love to hear from you if you have any questions, or if you know people who would like to get involved. We will definitely have that out. Probably sooner than later, there'll be a rollout. So please pay attention to our IG channels. We will definitely come at you, and we might even just come at you randomly with a little live on the IG. Who knows? They might be getting fancy.
It's just gonna be absolutely amazing.
That's right.
On the website, we'll be able to have artwork and stuff there too.
That's right.
Maybe other things as well. Like apparel, some stores and stuff like that. Yeah. Then a percentage of it will be able to go back to the children.
Yes.
We're trying to still figure it all out. It's coming all together as our ideas come in. But this is definitely the foundation.
That's right. We hope you enjoyed what we're talking about today. You know what next week is?
Artist Week. We're going to close out the show with Artist Week next week. This is our favorite show. We're going to have a really dope artist on next week, and it's going to be great. We'll probably have 2.
Yes.
Yes, it's going to be good.
Surprise.
It's going to be a surprise.
Either way, it's going to be amazing.
It is. It's going to be great.
I'm looking forward. And listen, guys, even though we are taking a little break from this particular platform, we will be keeping you updated on our IG channel. Yeah. And we might actually put out a video on YouTube that's a little bit different, just to keep you updated. But
yes,
we want to say thank you so much for being with us for this long, y'all. 31 weeks, man.
31 weeks. I can't believe it.
Yes. Technically, we have gone through 3 seasons, but that's okay. We keep pushing forward. And we are going to come back in August, and it's going to be amazing.
It's going to be great, guys.
Yeah. So keep, go to shoplikeenterprise.com, click on the business planning tab. That way you can get us for our services, and keep informed by going to our IG channel at Ahaya Kai, or you can go to Noni Kai. Hit us up on Twitter again at Ahaya EDU.
Yes.
And we will just keep the party rolling, y'all, because that's how we do.
That's how we do, you guys. So we'll see you guys next week.
Most Highs. Our praises to the Most Highs. Connected to the Most Highs. Below to the Most Highs.
That is crazy.
I can't.